Hello, everybody. This is Greg29407 with another episode of No Man's Sky. Well, the last couple episodes I did this game were 4 years ago when the game first came out in 2016. Wasn't a whole lot to do back then, and I wasn't too impressed. It's been 4 years, and a lot of changes have happened. I started playing this again fairly recently, and it's much, much better. It's a great game. And so what I wanted to do today was start with a tour of a couple of my bases that I have. What you see behind me is the first base I ever built in this game. This is my early base. It's now an actual campus, 4 buildings that I have. Early on in the game, I escaped to the first planet, and I started looking around at other planets, and I've landed on this. This is a paradise planet. It's very nice. It's very beautiful and stuff. I really lucked out on it. But I was over here in that direction at some building, and I got the mission to go find a crashed ship. So I ran through. You have all these nice open fields and woods and stuff, and I came running this way, and came down here, and right down there next to that flag is where the crashed ship was that I had to, go save, go rescue. So as I came down here, I said, this is a very lovely little area. Maybe this is a nice place to build a base. So that's what I did. I started building my base. What you see in my little front yard here is I have my landing field for my ship. I have 3 exo base things, one for the Jeep that I use the most, one for the little floating thing, and then I got this one, this giant thing, which is a little slow moving, a little awkward. But here's where the original crash ship was. The advantage of this is sometimes when I come to the game, the crash ship is back again, so I can scrap it again and make some more money, free money, so that's pretty good. So anyway, I was down here with nothing at all, and I said, well, up on this little rise is a nice place to build a building. And the building we see straight ahead here is my main building, and this is the first building I built. Here is my base computer. Here's a tip for you. Don't put the base computer right next to your base itself. It's too close. The problem is, until you build a landing spot like that, when you teleport back into your area, sometimes the teleportation will put your ship out here somewhere, and then sometimes it'll put it inside your building with you. So several times I would transport into here, and I'd be trapped in the building. I have to jump into the ship and fly out of the building and land elsewhere. So that was kind of a problem. So this original building was 3 by 3, 3 floor squares by 3 floor squares. So the back wall was right there. And I did exactly what the instructions told me. I put in this a construction research unit, and I put in the teleportation, and then I put in this biofuel reactor, which I really don't like. It's kind of, but it's important early on. And I put the ceiling right here, so it's just one story high. So this thing actually kind of cut through the ceiling a little bit. And that was the whole base I had. I ended up putting in a battery and then a couple of these solar panels. I didn't mean to put them inside. I was going to put them down and move them around, but apparently you can't move those. So they work just fine in here. But 1 battery and 2 solar panels took care of everything in this building pretty well. So you don't need much else. But of course, if you could do other things, then you're going to get the power plant and everything, which is I've got on this one. But for the 3 by 3, that was fine. Eventually, I added a second level up here, all wood walls, and then later on after that, I put in the glass walls to get more lighting. One problem with bases is lighting itself. It's hard to light these things. In daytime, it's fine, but at nighttime, it's dark. I got a couple of these lights here, one here and one here, and they don't do much at all. They're not very useful. At one point, I had a couple of storage vaults in here, but I've moved those to a different area. I'll show you later. But I have all my workers here. I have my overseer, who I think may be a bit of a criminal. I have my scientist, my exocraft expert. I have my armorer, and I have my farmer. And, as they went through, they also had me put in this thing, which is the appearance thing. This sucks up a lot of power, and this drained my battery dry. So what I found was, what I did, I put in the power. In order to power it, I powered it to right there and stopped, and then I put another power line from here to here. And after I used this, I just deleted that power line so it wouldn't power this thing, wouldn't suck all my power out. Later, I added in this switch, which you can earn from in the anomaly, and so that I can turn this thing on and off as I want to. So that worked out pretty well. And I also put in the save point because it told me to, and the save beacon, which comes in. These are very, very handy. I like those a lot. So that is my main building base, and I'm very happy with it. I like it a lot. When I got the farmer, he started giving me missions for planting different crops. And I thought, what you can do with those crops is you can basically just create one little hydroponic thing, plant the crop he wants, harvest it, give it to him, and then move on to the next one. I decided to go all out, though, and actually build an entire greenhouse. It's a 3-story greenhouse, and I got a little fancy with it. I put it up in the air. I wanted to have a couple of staircases. This is 3x7 floor spaces, and all glass walls, glass floors, glass ceiling, everything. I put in these base. I don't need these support things, but I think it just looks better. And there are 11 crops that the farmer will give you. I have all 11 in here. A lot of hydroponic bays. Again, this is all open with different levels of floors. I have enough room in here for 8 long rows for crops and then 3 short rows of crops. The 3 short rows are the Facium, the Mordite, and the star bulbs, which is a bit of a mistake. The star bulbs I need more of. Those are really useful, so I may need to change that around a little bit. But I have all these, and these are great. I have 2 rows down here like this, going back and forth. And then I've got some staircases up here. And for the staircases, this is all open. You go up to the 3rd floor up here. And it's very nice. I can come in here and get all these crops. You can make a lot of money from these crops, and we'll do an episode later on how to make money on this stuff. But that is my... let me show you another thing with the lighting. I started putting in these little lights that you can get. Again, you get the recipe from the Anomaly. This helps out. I got rows of these lights all along, and that does help out light this up a little bit. Building number 3 on my campus is this little small building. This is a powered square building, and I got this building only for this right here. I wanted to have my own buy and sell terminal, and you can't put this up in one of the other buildings. It has to be a powered building, a powered wall, and that's this building or the round building. So for a long time, the only thing in this building was this right here. Since then, I started adding some stuff. I put in some decorative items, fans. I put in the medical first aid center, which again can only work in a powered room. So if you got this first aid center early on and try to put it in your base, it doesn't work. It's because it only works in powered rooms. So put it in here, and this works really well here. I got a lot of different. I put in some chairs and some tables, and I put in the rug, and I think it looks really nice. This turned out really homey and stuff. The final building in my campus. Oh, by the way, this thing down here, this is very good. You put this in, and it hides all your power lines, so they're not unsightly and stuff. This is my final building. This is my newest one. It is an Octagon. It came out really, really cool. I was going to build a hexagon, but because of the way the floors worked out, the Octagon worked better. It uses the floor and the triangles, the regular squares and the triangles, to come up with this Octagon. Much like the first building, the second level is glass and ceiling's glass. I'm using this for my storage right now. I have all 10 of my storage vaults in here. Originally, I was going to take everything from my main building, put it in here, and my main building is just going to be storage. And my idea was I'd have like my overseer and all those guys in here, and I would put like a balcony along the edges and have like sleeping quarters for all of my crew. I may end up doing that. This isn't finished. I like it a lot though, so it's very convenient to have. I got all my boxes. The good thing is, like, this is box number 0. I can come in here, and this has all these items. I also have all my storage vaults in all my bases, as well as my freighter. So I can go to storage vault 0, and I can get anything anytime I want. And again, I put the light bulbs in here to get a little bit brighter, but still pretty dark. So that is my first base. I really love this planet. It's really cool. I love this base too. It came out better than I thought it would. I thought this would be a temporary base, but it's really nice. So this turned out really, really well, and I use this still as my main one. But I built another one recently. I'm not quite finished with it yet. I want to take you to, and show you what I've learned from this one, and everything I learned from this I've put into the other one. So I will be right back. Okay, we are on the planet Maui, which I renamed myself. Coming into my second base. This is a water planet, and half of it is water, and it looks just like Maui. It looks like Hawaii, the Hawaiian Islands. There's a lot of, inside there's a lot of mountains and lava rocks and all sorts of palm trees. I think here's my house. For landing, hopefully not wreck. There we go. So this is my backyard. I have a nice lake out here. Over here is the inlet that goes up out to the ocean with a little private island there, which is pretty cool. And then my front yard is, I'm right here on the bay. This is the front yard itself. This is the bay. It goes out to the ocean here. This area here is a little tiny peninsula that sticks out. And the front yard is beautiful and lovely and kept as natural as possible. Got my little Jeep down there. And looks really, really nice. This particular house I wanted to build using glass and steel. And I put it right on top of the peak of this little this mountain. A lot of lava rocks and stuff, so it kind of ties with the whole Hawaiian feel. Haven't finished this house yet. There's a big open 2-story main room. I got my teleporter here. I'm setting this area up over here as seating area, table, a TV screen, so to speak. Because I want to have buying and selling of items, I had to put this building within my building. Again, it has to have the powered walls. So I'll decorate this eventually. The glass is nice. I get a lot of NPC traffic. A lot of NPCs love flying by my house and stuff. It's a very, very popular tourist area. The glass is really nice, but there's nothing better than having an outdoor balcony, covered balcony, so you can kind of look out over everything. This balcony covers 3 of the 4 sides of the house. See some of the native animals. Those animals there don't mind me. The other animals all want to kill me for some reason. Not very popular in the neighborhood. The save point or the marker out here, that's actually farther away than it looks. That is actually a portal. That's an operating portal, so I can use that to get to any planet in the universe. All I need is the address. So if a friend of mine who's playing says, come to my planet and see my base, he can give me the address. I can go over there, type it in, and boom, I'm there. Very nice thing. I just happened to stumble onto that, so that was a nice little bonus. Aside from the water being brown, it's very beautiful here. I got the giant flying eels for some reason. But it's really cool. I've taken my Jeep and tried to drive cross country over to the portal. It's a long way. It's flying is no time at all, but taking the Jeep, boy, oh boy, I fell into a couple of holes and had to dig myself out of caverns and stuff. So I never made it all the way there. So no, this is taking a lot longer than I wanted to. Upstairs, all I have so far are my storage. I don't want to block any of the views, so I've got floor, wall, and ceiling glass up here. So you can see everything. And then on this side of the room, right past the storage, I'm going to eventually have some sleeping facility, maybe a medical facility and bedrooms and stuff like that. I'm not quite sure yet, but it's just room for improvement and stuff. But yeah, so this is there's no real practical reason to have this base, to be honest with you. My first base has everything I need in it. I could put my overseer and those guys over here too if I wanted to, but there's no real reason to have it. I just had this because I really like it. It's really cool looking. I want to see what I could do with bases. And oh, someone wants to sell me something. Sea shuttle. But yeah, there's no real reason to have this. I was just looking for another Paradise Planet. I found one Paradise Planet, but it was really ugly. You landed on it, and all the trees were like mushrooms and toadstools. And it was really nasty, so I kept looking. I just found that I just loved it, so I said, well, I'm just gonna build a nice building. So that is it for my little base tour. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're thinking about playing No Man's Sky for the first time or for the second time, I think it's worth it. and we'll be back soon. So until next time, this is Greg 29407 saying arrivederci, and we'll see you next time.